Hello, everyone. Welcome. My name is Nick Robertson. I am the general manager of Brooklyn Children's Theater. I'm looking up here because that's where my screen is, but here you are. Welcome as you come in. At our end of class orientations, we've been handing out this packet to everybody. And I will go ahead and say again, we are recording right now. So if you don't want to be on the video, feel free to turn your camera off. I will not be offended. This is what everybody receives. It is a packet, and I'll walk you through it really quickly, and then I'll share my screen so you can see what I'm talking about. If you did not get one of these packets, tell your student, and I will make sure they go home with one or two, and so you have all of this information in hand at home. The first page is just a schedule, and it notes the days that we have class and the days that we do not have class. And if there are any other makeups, we have a lot of Monday holidays this semester. So some classes have a makeup on a Sunday that is a little weird for us. So just make sure that's on your calendar. Below that is our production week schedule. These are 4 rehearsals that are super important for everybody to be at. It's a put-in, which is where we take what we do here at the studio and we move it to our presentation space, which is Brooklyn Music School. That's about 15 minutes up the street near BAM. It's the last week of classes. Everybody moves over to BAM. We are not here. Please don't come on the last week of classes to BCT because we will not be here. So the put-in is the first thing. Dress rehearsal is the second one that happens the Friday before or the night before the performances. And that's where everybody does all of their show in costumes with lights on stage. It's a really great time with no audience. And then the last 2 are the performances, one evening and one afternoon usually. It's really important that we have parents come to at least one performance for the kids to really get that full feeling of satisfaction and completion in the program. So that's what this is. On the back of this page, you will find some class-specific information. At the top of the page is the teaching team. So these are the people working directly with your students. You can find their names here. There's a link to our staff page, QR code, and the link if you want to type it in. I encourage you to go read about them. They are cool people and they do cool things, and we love having them on our team. Below that is the name of the show that your child is doing and the authors of that. We write all new musicals every semester, so these are not shows that have been done before. And the people who write them are working professionals now. They're really cool. Our writing program includes having BCT youth advisors. So those are current students in the age range of the show that's being written, pitching their ideas to the writers. The writers go home and write the show and bring it back. Similarly, there's a link to our writers page and a QR code. I encourage you to go read about them. They're all fascinating people too. So that's kind of class-specific stuff. The yellow page is my orientation spiel, and that I will share my screen in a bit so that you can follow along with me. And then there's an announcement for our fall fundraiser. I'll talk about this at the end. And then there's a contract. If you get this at your home, I would love for you to go ahead and fill it out. It just says, this is my name, this is my student's name, and I got all this information, and that would be great, and we really appreciate it. Great, so now I am going to share my screen so you can see what I'm going to be talking about. Okay. So here is our fall 2022 BCT Family Orientation at a glance. The first point is really for people who are new to us as an organization. We are Brooklyn Children's Theater. We were founded in 2004 by Amy White-Graves, who is our current executive director and a senior teaching artist with us. She started the program to give her daughter an opportunity to do shows, and then a lot of kids also wanted to do shows, and then they have just kept wanting to do shows. So she's kept going, and now we all work towards this goal of creating a place where everybody can come, enjoy musical theater, feel like they have a connection to it, and see themselves represented across all levels of the organization. Some of the ways we work on our inclusion and equity and belonging at BCT is having BIPOC majority teaching staff, BIPOC majority writing staff. We train our staff with trauma-informed education specialists who teach us techniques in applying kind of universal learning ideas, which happen in classrooms and special ed classrooms to theater, so that everybody is able to access musical theater in a way that works for them. And so we're really designing our curriculum around ways that make learning easy for students, and so that everybody feels they have buy-in and can participate at their own ability. The second star is kind of a breakdown week by week of what we do and how we do it. So week one, what your children have already done, come to class, they build community, they learn about the show, they get to show off their singing, acting, and dancing skills to their teachers. After week one, the teaching teams cast the show. So next week, starting next week, your students will come to class, they will receive a script, it will have their name in it and their part. If they are in an A class, they will have it in a folder that looks something like this, like so, and the parts will be highlighted for them. If they are in a B or a C or a teen class, it'll just be a script, probably stapled and 3-hole punched. We encourage you to help them or encourage them to highlight their lines, since that is a major help. Next week, they will also have a fitting with a costume designer, as everybody gets a costume for the final show. Then weeks 3 through 11, the students learn everything. So they learn what they say, when they say it, what to sing, when to sing it, how to leave stage, how to get on stage, how to tell a story to an audience, and with as much clarity as possible. It's only 9 sessions. It does take most of the semester, and it feels like a lot of time, but it's really like 9, either 75 or 125-minute sessions, and it's not a lot of time. So it's always really impressive what gets done in that amount of time, and your students are doing a lot and they're learning a lot, and they really pull it together in an impressive way, I think. Week 12 is the last week. It is production week. It's what we talked about at the beginning with those 4 dates. It's when we pick up from BCT and move over to Brooklyn Music School to do the show. It's really important that one of your family members, especially somebody in a leadership position, comes and sees your student, since it's really important to them for their feeling of success. I already said that, but it's worth saying twice because it's true. Next star, we have 2 commitments that we ask from all families. The first one is to come to class every week, please. Everybody is 15-member class. Everybody's relying on everybody to bring the show to fruition. Teachers are relying on everybody to be there to do the scenes that they need to do and get through the show, since we have so much to do in such a short amount of time. We realize that not everybody can come every week. Totally fine. Just ask that as soon as you know you have a conflict, please let us know. It's much easier to plan around, and then we can keep moving forward if we know you're not going to be there, versus if we get it last minute and then it's like, oh, let's change plans right now. If we can change plans earlier on, it's always better. The second thing we ask is that you help your child work on their show material at home. And something new is our parent portal this year, and I'm putting it in the chat, that link right there. It's brooklynchildrenstheater.org/parents. There's also a QR code. Again, this is in the paper copy that your student will bring home. This will have all of the stuff. This is have your whole show. So right now in those folders are the schedule and this orientation information document. But eventually there will be a script there. There will be demo recordings. There will be any kind of video that's taken during class to teach kids choreography, or anything else. All the material will be there. So if you're ever at a loss and don't know where your stuff is, it's there. You can also always just ask me and I will redirect you there. If you want some pointers about best ways to work on material at home, we have 4 easy things. The first one, for younger kids especially, read their lines with them. Have the students repeat the lines from memory in a loud and proud voice. Confidence is key. We do have several microphones, but the microphones don't pick up silent voices. So the louder they can be, the better it'll be for everybody. If they are not in an A class, then something that's super helpful is the second one, and that is taking their script and seeing where they have highlighted and read the line that comes right before the highlighted section. And so that will teach them to listen to for their cues and have them say their line after the line that comes before theirs. So it's really like pretending like they're in the run of the show, and it's super helpful for memorization and to make them feel comfortable in their process. The third thing is have your child sing along to the recordings. if they have a device where they listen to music a lot, or if it's like a routine you can build into maybe bedtime or waking up, just have like a regular session where they can access the songs, listen to them a lot, sing along to them. It's super helpful. We have those 9 weeks, and really any amount of time that you can spend with the material outside of being at BCT will help enormously in our process and will speed things along for everybody, and make your student feel so much more confident and comfortable and ready to lead in the classroom, and which we love and they love, makes everybody happy. This last thing is just kind of a general reminder. Make sure their script is in their bag every week. The night before class, just ask them, do you have your script? Is it in your backpack? Awesome. And you can put a water bottle in, that's great, a snack also. Everybody's always hungry. This work requires a lot of energy and a lot of focus. And so when we take a break, everybody is drinking water, everybody's getting a snack. It just is part of the process. So make sure all those things are together and with them and where they can access them, and then send them out the door in the morning, and we will be so grateful. The last star is please keep us in the loop. Again, I talked about this already, but let us know as early as possible. We don't not want to know. If you're not going to show up, let us know. We can deal with it. The world is not going to end. Just as long as we know what to do, we can do it. And this is my contact information at the bottom. That's me. Emails, texts, and phone calls are all fine. This is my email address. This is my cell phone number. I probably won't respond outside of business hours, but if it's an emergency, I will. And within business hours, you have free reign. Just go for it. Call me all the time. That's what it's there for. I need to know, want to know, and that's that. There are 3 announcements before I let you go. The first is our community kitchen. We have a space in the studio. Oh, and I might as well, since I have you, I will take you on a little tour of the space. I'm going to stop my share while I do this. So this is the administrative office. This is where I sit. It's kind of by the windows in the front of the building. That's the street out there. Your students every week will be released through our street access door, and it goes right out to the street, and they will be signed out by the intern, the class intern. This is our kind of welcome lobby, and this is where everybody stays when they come into class. We ask that parents drop kids off at the beginning of class and then find another thing to do for the class time, and pick up at the end. It's been a COVID change that we are holding on to, since it's more convenient for many processes. This is one of our studios. This is Studio 2. It's the one with the pole in it. We don't like that pole, but we also like the ceiling, so we deal with it. This is Studio 1. It has a mirror. Kids feel a lot of things about a mirror. Both studios have a piano. They're about 500 square feet each. This is Jess Wu, our artistic producer. Hi, Jess. And a nice mural that one of our old students has painted. And here is our community kitchen and a cozy corner when people need to take a break. This is our wall of costumes. So a lot of costuming happens from pulling our stock already. And this is our wall of props. And where's McLean? Oh, there. Right here. Hi, McLean. Hi. McLean is one of our costume designers and teaching artist trainees. And she just had her first class tonight, which is so exciting. And then the bathrooms are out down the hall in the building, and we chaperone the kids to the bathroom all the time. So that is the tour of the space. And that leads me to my announcement about Community Kitchen. In that space, there are snacks that are designated for kids who don't have time to go home between school and BCT. In reality, everybody eats them. Everybody's super hungry all the time. They're like growing children or something. So we ask, if you are able, it's really helpful to us for folks to donate nut-free, dry snacks like popcorn, crackers, chips, chewy bars. Any of that is really welcome and appreciated. Second announcement is we have a fall fundraiser, which is also in your packet right here. This is a peer-to-peer campaign where we ask families to kind of spread the word about BCT and ask a lot of people for really small donations, $1, $2, $5 in that range. It's really about increasing awareness and getting kids to participate and help. There's a lot of prizes, there's incentives, a lot of people participate and it's a good time and they win some cool things. Ice cream parties, meeting cool people, a lot of stuff. There's more information coming about that. If you feel like you have skills in fundraising and like that kind of thing, if you have ideas about what cool prizes could be, we'd love your input. There's plenty of ways to participate around that. If that is not to your style, we have other ways to participate, including finance committee. If you are a finance person and you have money skills, we are artists and nonprofit workers, and we always need those. The last thing where we could really use a lot of community involvement is in our Equity, Inclusion, and Belonging Committee. We are constantly trying new initiatives to make BCT a more welcoming place and a place that feels like people want to be in, all people. So if that feels like somewhere where you have opinions and ideas and want to share them, we'd love to have your input there. I think that is the end of everything. On the last page, again, is that contract. If this makes it to your home and you have the wherewithal to sign it and send it back with your child, put it in their script, I'd really appreciate it. But that is my spiel. Thank you, everybody, for showing up tonight, and I wish you the best semester ever. We have just been so impressed with all the kids that have come in this week, and it feels like everybody really wants to be here, and everybody has a really great attitude, and we're so excited for the next 12 weeks.